cool. Oh yeah, I love to put headphones on. It's nice.
Same.
Makes you feel like you're in radio world.
Same.
Oh yeah.
It makes me put my radio voice in.
Do people ever say you put on a voice with singing or anything?
Not to my face.
So nice to have you here at RNZ, and it's so nice to have you here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I've never been to Auckland before. It's really cool.
Yeah. Does it remind you at all of home, the Isle of Wight?
No. No, people are young here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's far too much going on for it to remind me of home.
I thought the Isle of Wight was quite cool and quite trendy, and no.
No, that's why people hit 18 and they go off to uni, like off the Isle of Wight, or you stay and you have kids.
Yeah, and you went off the island.
Yeah. But then I came back, and then I left, and then I came back again. And now I'm like, I've left, and I've like left for good.
I wondered that, because at the moment you must be sort of living out of your suitcase in a sense. Where will you base yourself when you slow down for a bit?
So I'm paying for a room in London.
Oh, yeah.
Never there.
We're on this amazing journey on the other side of the world, being interviewed by, media all over the place and playing sold-out shows. Do you crave being home in that little lounge sometimes?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
It must be quite a juxtaposition.
Yeah, because it's like lots of highs and lots of lows. And then when you do have the lows, you're like, you don't even allow yourself to feel it, because obviously like we're so lucky to be here. And so it's a real strange kind of low where you're like, oh, I feel a bit down and homesick, but like, how dare I? Because this is like incredible.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. And I wondered as well, because Wet Leg have had this most incredible fast ride to success. Like, I feel like it's happened in the last year and a half, 2 years or something.
Yeah.
But you, in your music career, you've been working away for, 10 years or so?
Yeah, yeah.
So I wondered if that gave you a different perspective on the fast rise to fame.
It's funny because I was saying to my girlfriend about this and kind of saying how, like, I feel like it's so fast and I feel like I haven't put the time in and I haven't grafted, and there are so many other bands making such good music, and sometimes it's hard to feel like deserving of your own success, I guess. And then she kind of like pointed out to me like everything like leading up to starting Wet Leg, that counts too. And yeah, it kind of like made me realize, okay, I kind of have kind of like put my time in, and I've done like gigs to like one person before after traveling like 6 hours to do it, So I've done that.
I do love the story that you were performing by yourself and you were on a tour and then you realised, I'm bored by myself.
Yeah.
I need my friend. And that's how you and Hester started playing together?
Yeah, that's right. Not many people know that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't really chat about it that much. But yeah, that is how Hester and I started playing together, is because I kind of grafted her in to complete the shows that I had booked that I didn't want to play, but I still kind of like wanted to honour them as like a farewell to playing music entirely. Like I really thought that was going to be the end of me playing music.
And was it just because it was so isolating or so lonely on the stage, or?
Yeah, I just wasn't enjoying it. I don't know, I think I'd been trying to do this project for like 5 years or something, and was still like working loads of like other weird jobs, and around me all of my friends were becoming lawyers or like working these like proper jobs, and they were able to buy nice things and like live a normal life, and they'd have weekends off, and I would always be working the weekends because I'd always be in like hospitality jobs, and they would all get to go home for Christmas and I would always be working like right up until Christmas Eve. And just little things like that, I was like, okay, like doing music is actually making me really unhappy in like my lifestyle. And just that kind of, when you're making music, you're always kind of, I don't know, not when we started Wet Leg, you're always trying to be affirmed by other people. You're like looking for that in other people. But yeah, when we started Wet Leg, we just didn't have like any expectations, and we were just like, let's do this for ourselves. Eventually I found a job that I really liked, and Hester was like making jewellery for her family business, which she really loves, and yeah, she still loves now and misses a little bit. But yeah, when we started Wet Leg, we were just like, this is a thing that we're going to do as a hobby for ourselves, for no one else, and that's what made it fun again.
Do you reckon that headspace or that decision to like just do it as a hobby Did that impact anything? Like, is it luck or is
There
it...
was a lot of luck.
I wonder if there was a moment where you're like, shit, this wet leg thing's actually like responding with people. Was there a gig or was there a moment or anything?
I think both Hester and I found it really hard to stop doing our jobs. I think just like not like for like more reasons than one, but it was kind of like difficult to get into that headspace of like, okay, wet leg is our thing now. This is our main thing. It took us like a very long time, and I think I was still working. I worked my last job in December, so only like 6 months ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then just like last month you played Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Dave Grohl, apparently you're one of his favourite bands. It must be just so surreal.
It's so surreal, especially to hear like the words wet leg come out of Dave Grohl's mouth. My friend forwarded me like an interview where he said it. I was like, oh, no, that's weird.
It's kind of fun though, because it's such a cheeky name. It's quite cool hearing people say it.
Especially in your accent. It's really nice.
Wet leg. Last night the show was so fantastic. You lived up to every expectation that I think we had. And I think what was so joyous about it is that you guys were having so much fun on stage.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, it was our first proper show of this tour, really. We played a little secret show in Sydney the other day. This is like the first one that like people have bought tickets for and people have kind of been like expecting. Yeah, it was really fun. At one point, one guy shouted like from the audience, like, well, how does it feel to have people the other side of the world like know all the words to your songs? And it's like, yeah, pretty cool, pretty strange.
There was this really cool version of the song, one of my favourites, that had the siren throughout it.
Oh, Too Late Now.
Yes, I love Too Late Now. And that version last night was so cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, how would you describe it? What did you do to it? Slowed it down?
No, I think just all of like the live set now just has a completely different flavour to the recorded album version of like all the songs. Mainly because when we recorded the album, we'd only played these 4 shows and like not with the same lineup that we've got now. And so yeah, after we like recorded the album, we came to arranging our live set, and we got some of our friends in from home that we've known for ages, like Henry and Alice and Joshua, and it's just kind of like completely reimagined like the sound of us.
It's so cool. And do you think that makes it fun as well for the audience and maybe for you guys instead of playing the same version?
Yeah, because you really do have to consider how something's going to come across live, because some things just don't carry, and I think that's kind of like the joy of live music is that it is different. I don't really see the fun in like kind of agonizing about making something sound exactly the same as the record, because it definitely doesn't. Like sometimes I hear like the album recording and I just don't even recognize it as us anymore because I'm so used to hearing the live version night after night. Yeah.
And I guess as well, so much has happened, like physically and psychologically and everything since that recording. Like you must feel almost like a bit of a different person.
Yeah, we're in a completely different headspace collectively.
I guess at some stage you'll be thinking about writing again and going back into the studio. And I heard that when you do, you'll take the full band in, which will be so awesome.
Yeah, we're all really excited. I think we're like such a close-knit group now. It'll be nice for everyone to have ownership of that.
Yeah. Last night you played a new song about a UFO.
Oh, yeah.
What's that laugh for?
Oh, just because of the story that
Probing?
I'm about to tell you. The probing. Oh, no, just because it's like one of those... That was actually the first song that me and Hester ever wrote for ever. And it was on the Ferris wheel that we decided to form the band on. Hester, it was I think we must have gone round a couple times because so many things happened. But at one point, Hester threw her arms up in the air and was like, "I want to be abducted!" Shouting it into the night sky. And then we just kind of made up this song, how you make up songs when you're children and you're you sing all the parts and you're like, "I want to be abducted, na 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 na," and all the guitar is like na 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 na. And then after that, we went home. We got in the practice room and we made it into a song with instruments.
I love that. Where was the Ferris wheel?
At a festival called End of the Road Festival.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. It's a really sweet little festival.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very good lineup always.
So do you think you guys need to do some more like showground rides to write your next album?
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Get on the teacups?
Thinking more dodgems.
Ghost ride?
Something more aggressive.
Oh yeah.
The ghost train, yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. It's so nice to meet you, and all the best for the next year. We have you back in New Zealand, I think, March. Harry Styles, you're performing with him.
It's so strange. It's so cool.
Oh my gosh, a world tour with Harry Styles. Enjoy the ride for the next wee while.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.